Hi, welcome to the live stream. And for those of you who don't know, my name is Jabine and I'm a channel of Archangel Raphael. And in this live stream, Raphael will come and speak through me and share appropriate messages for the week ahead, and talk about what's going on at the moment in the energies, maybe do a clearing as well. So I'm just going to let Raphael come in and speak now. I would like you to know that I am speaking on behalf of many messengers, and when I speak, what I'm doing is altering in you anything that is not in alignment. I would like you to know that there is a lot going on the earth plane, but that does not mean that it should distract you from what is going on within, because this is really where the focus must be in order for you to make progress in your lives. I would like you to know that there is a big catapulting at the moment in terms of people changing their lives. So, what I will say is that there is a window of opportunity open at the moment for people to make leaps in their earthly lives if they are ready for it. What I see is that a few of you here are ready to really leap forwards, and others of you are lagging behind because there is more you are clearing. What I would like you to know is that we are working on bringing you up to speed, helping you to go deeper and clear more so that you can be more receptive to life. I will say that in the next few weeks ahead, there will be quite magnificent opportunities to make earthly progress, including the opportunity of perhaps changing location, the opportunity to grow whatever you do for your work, the opportunity to make new alliances, but most of all, opportunities to change something permanently in your day to day life. What I see going on at the moment is people are rearranging their lives. They are taking what works for them and leaving behind what does not, and taking strides forwards so that they can create the life of their dreams. Through this, people will find that there will be a lot that comes to them automatically, because when everything is in order in your earthly lives, the foundation is there for bigger things to come in. So, what I will say is give yourself the time at the moment to go within, to prepare the soil, so to speak, for new seeds to be planted that will grow into something much bigger. I also would like you to know that what you have already planted, perhaps even many years ago, will start to grow much bigger now. What I see is going on is a dramatic shift in people where there is a recognition of what is real and true and able to take people forwards. And through this, there is an automatic recognition that the way forwards is by going within, by being at peace within, by being consciously aware of what you are feeling and working with it, rather than doing things the other way round, where you are aware of what is going on externally, and then you are having to find your relationship to it. What I will also say is remember that through this, you will be pioneers of your own lives, and through this, you will set examples for other people as well. I have a few more messages about this subject. I would like to share with you that those of you who are listening are very aware that it is by going inwards that things change. You are very aware that there is a new world forming around you, and you are very aware that there are many people who will come and be with you in the spirit as you are true to yourselves. But what you may not be aware of is that there is a lot of dysfunction within people generally. People who seem okay on a day to day level. There is a lot of dysfunctionality in their lives, a lot of substance abuse, a lot of different things which are going on, which they may not tell you about, but which are there. And so, as a result of what you are doing, people will come to you for help in the future. There are a lot of people who will come to the realization that they have to change their lives in order to go forwards in a way which is sustainable. So, for those of you who are going to be life coaches, people who help other people to change their lives, whether it is through healing, whether it is by giving the right information, whether it is by helping people to simply feel themselves out on deeper levels. For those of you who are all about helping people to find what they need, you will be in demand. For those of you who are listening, who are all about creating a better world for everybody, you will be in demand. For those of you who are about creating from your own inner being, actually making things, making products, or perhaps making other things in terms of making things happen on the earth plane that create more abundance in people's lives of what is very much in the light of oneness, what is about the spirit, rather than simply about making money, you will find that you will be in demand. And for those of you who are all about simply being yourselves and being in the spirit, you will also be highly in demand. So, whatever you feel your purpose is about, you will find that as you go inwards and are focusing on it, people will seek you out because it is that time at the moment. I also would like to share with you that there are many different places for people to go to at the moment to find what they need in terms of holistic services, in terms of spiritual retreats, yoga centers, places where people can go to and stay. But there is something lacking in all of those places, which is a way to really go deep into the psyche. Because what tends to happen is when people provide services, they focus on one thing in particular and use that as a way in. And then what happens is people become aware of other needs they have as well, but their needs are not necessarily catered for. What I'm seeing is that over time, there is going to be more meshing together of many different kinds of tools, techniques into one, so that people will find that they can do yoga, for example, but then they can end up doing other practices within this that help them to clear emotions, get to the root of trauma. There is going to be a bigger fusion of things where you will find that when you go for one thing, it will automatically incorporate other things as well. And the reason for this is that it is a time of really bringing things together, no longer simply being on one path, but bringing many paths together so that whatever need someone has can be catered for. And I am saying this for good reason, because many of you who are listening to this have had many different needs at different times. And at different times, you need a different sort of medicine. So it is no longer a time to simply call yourself a shaman or call yourself an angelic healer or call yourself a yoga teacher. It is a time where you are really fusing many things together. And what you can then say, it is really a time for going deeper. It is not the time for simply labeling yourself as something you have trained in. It is a time for going deeper with whatever you know about and finding out what your unique take on it is, what you are really good at doing. So I will say that for some of you, you may find your job title changes quite a lot, that you really start to see the bigger picture about what you are all about, what you are really here to share with people as a spiritual being, not simply as someone who has certain knowledge. It is a time where things need to be more holistic on all levels. It is a time where you need to announce yourselves for who you really are on the inside. And it is also a time when it is not really a good idea to simply specialize in one thing, to really see what appeals to you, but use it as a tool, as a way in to going deeper into what you are all about and fusing it together with other things. I also would like to share that for those of you who have been on this path for a long time of going within, I am advising you not to give up at this point in time, because whatever you have been doing until now will go a lot deeper at this time. You really will find a lot more of yourself, and through this, there will be a massive turnaround in your lives. Things will change in big ways. I am going to share with you some information now about the week ahead. This week is not necessarily about using your time to simply go within. It is going to be a combination of things, but I would highly advise you to be in the flow, to do what feels good for you. And then when you have time to go within, to meditate, to feel your feelings, but otherwise be in the flow. Because I do see that you will find a lot of what you need this week, that things will appear before your very eyes, which will be ingredients that will take you forwards for the next part of your lives. There is something that is going on at the moment where something is rearranging, and many people are looking for new homes, metaphorically. They are looking for new friendships. They are looking for a new place to settle. They are looking for a new program, perhaps, to incorporate into their lives, a new holistic approach to life in general, or a new type of approach to what they have been going through. So, what I will say is be open to new people, be open to what comes your way, and trust that it will be right for you. I would also like to share that there is nothing really going on at the moment on the earth plane that will satisfy you. Your life is about going within and seeing what comes to you automatically, or perhaps going to other people to help you go within, or help you with a certain aspect of what you are struggling with. But in terms of the earth plane itself, there really is not a lot going on that will appeal to you, because a lot of life is really standing still or just about going forwards. So it is a good time for focusing quite deeply on what you want to be creating and seeing what happens. I have no more messages, but I will leave you on a final note and let you know something that I have been considering telling you for some time. And that is, there is going to be big things happening in the near future. Nothing catastrophic, but a lot of things which will turn the world around even more. There will be things that happen unexpectedly and things that happen that you may expect. But I will say the chaos on ground level will be a lot more than it has been. So, for this reason, remember to not get involved, to be in your own lives, to do what is right for you. Because I would like you to know that chaotic energy is contagious. And if you get too involved in worldly events, it will slow down your progress. You are the pioneers of the new world. You are here to create from within, and this will inspire many others. And so, for this reason, as way showers, I am asking you not to get involved in world events, but to stay focused on what is coming through you and create this, because this will be what people need. You are creating a new world that people will flock to as the old world crumbles. That is all. Hmm. Yeah, thank you for listening, everyone, and hope you benefited from this live stream. And please share this with other people who you feel may benefit from these words, from these messages, the energy, and have a lovely week ahead. Thank you.